In Unit 1, we're going to look at an introduction to cause and effect. Now, cause and effect is a widely known concept that is taught, and there's a big emphasis nowadays on helping learners to develop into critical thinkers. And learners who are able to identify, understand, and apply cause and effect are critical thinkers, and they are thinking at a higher cognitive level. In a child's first year of life, they learn the concept of making things happen. They soon realize that if I cry, my mom's going to come and soothe me. If I shake a toy, then it's going to make a noise. When babies begin to drop food or spoons from a high chair, they are learning about height, distance, weight, length. So without even knowing it, children begin to experience cause and effect from a very young age. But it still needs to be developed. Children need to learn that their behaviors and their actions result in a response or a consequence. And this children experience through their many social interactions. As human beings, we are all naturally curious and like to ask why something happened or how did something happen. When your child gets sick, you want to know why did they get sick? And you also want to know how can you make them feel better? If your colleague gets a raise, you'll naturally ask yourself, why did my colleague get a raise and not me? Why didn't I lose weight when I was on this diet? And if I change banks, how much money will I save in bank charges? Now, these examples show just a few cause and effect relationships in your life, and there are many, many, many more that occur on a daily basis. But each of these examples show the importance of understanding cause and effect. Now, learners are naturally curious as well. They want to know, why did I do so badly on my test? Why was my brother allowed an extra biscuit? How can I make the soccer team? Or how come none of my friends want to play cards with me? So just as we process the cause and effect relationship daily, so do learners, whether they recognize it or not. But it is important for them to be able to identify these situations and to understand that a cause is something that produces an event and an effect results from the event occurring. They also need to understand that there can be more than one cause and effect for an event. An example could be that a learner does well in their test. What were the causes or the reasons for the learner doing well? Maybe they made really good study notes. Or perhaps they asked the teacher to clarify some concepts that they were a bit confused about. Or maybe they really loved the subject. And possibly, mom quizzed them the night before the test. Now, let's look at what are the results or the effect of achieving a good test mark. Perhaps they were awarded a merit badge at school. They themselves felt so happy for achieving such a good mark. Maybe because of this good mark, mom decided to take them out for an ice cream. And perhaps the teacher showed the pupil how proud they were of their good mark. Now, if you look quickly, jotting down of the causes and the effects on your screen, you will start to see that it could possibly resemble a crab. Now, if you were going to run a marathon, you would never just register today and run the race tomorrow. You would register in advance and you would train for the race. The same way, we can't expect our learners to become critical thinkers in one day. Learners need to train their brains to think critically, and this takes time. Mind maps are a great tool. Like a training program guides a runner, mind maps guide and assist learners on how to think critically. What you see on your screen now is the cause and effect mind map. The event is placed in the middle or in the crab's body, and the causes are placed to the left, and the effects of the event are placed on the right. One of the tricky parts is teaching cause and effect to learners, but mind maps are a great way to support and guide learners to think critically. It is their training program.